Hi there, it's George from Bushcraft Days, and I've decided to build myself another one of the hammock stand uprights. So I built one a few days ago, and as you can see, Finley's in a hammock, and it's currently tied off to the old swing stand where the bamboo hammock is. On this side though, the tie-off point is to this upright. Now, it's not a kind of portable thing by any means, but I can put this around the garden in different places. It's on a kind of cross plinth that's got a lap joint underneath there and blocked off with some recycled fence posts, and the buttresses are from recycled fence posts, old ones that came down, and then the main post is from a an old thicker fence post, and I've put some bolts in different types. So this one's for a hammock, this one's for tying off the tarp, and for my wife I've got a retractable washing line. Yep. And just above that I've got some more bolts for a higher kind of tie off, and this one is kind of secured at the moment just on some line where Sorka is, down there on a post, but I can use, if I want, stakes depending where I want to put this in the garden. But I figured I'll make another one, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so I've got one piece of wood here which is not recycled. I actually went out and got this, but I run out of old fence posts. So this is fairly decent piece of wood. This will be forming the cross base, and I have marked out the central area and marked out the areas I'm going to cut out. You can see this area here. I'm going to saw into there and cut this out and do the same here, and that will form the joint from the cross. So that's the next stage. Okay, so I've just used my saw here, and I'm going to mark out some cut lines, very rough. Yeah, it'll do fine. The next stage, I'm just going to cut in some stop cuts down through into the centre, using my centre line there. I've done one there already. I'll do a few more along the way there, and that'll just help me when I'm using the chisel just to knock that wood out, and I'll repeat the process on the other one, and we'll have our joint. Well, that's the boring bit done. So I've made some stop cuts into both pieces, slap bang in the centre, and so next bit is to chisel that out. Okay, so I'm just going to chop this out now. So I've got the stop cuts there, so I'm cutting them out, not all the way through. So you notice there's my line. I'm not going all the way to the bottom initially. So I'll keep doing that, work the other side, and then work my way down, and then hopefully we'll have a nice flat joint. That's the rough cut out of the first one with the chisel. Now I've got a little rasp here. I'm going to start working on that, spread it off a bit. Okay, so that's the first one roughed out, I'd say. Okay, that's both cut out and yeah, done roughly. They should fit. So they're fitting on that side, a slight gap, it's fine, but there's a slight lip, so I'm going to have to take a little bit more out from the centre. Okay, that's a little bit more off with the rasp. Let's try it out. Okay, looking better. Might be just a very slight up there, but that'll do for me. This is the upright, the old pole from the fence. that I'm going to recycle. You can see the rotted bit at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off flush, and then also got some nails and things that I'll need to take out, but I will leave the bolt in place. That's quite useful as a tie-on point. Okay, I've marked around the base, and just going to saw that out now. Get rid of this rotten area. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad under there. Okay, it's a little bit punky on one corner, but other than that, it's pretty sound. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, I've got these heavy duty nails now. Now, I put that up against the base, one of the bars in the base. You can see it comes through about, oh, I don't know, a couple of inches. But just to be sure, I'm going to attach this part here to the upright first with 2 nails from here. So in effect, it'll go in like so, there to there, and then I'll put the other cross piece in here. That makes sense. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, there you can see it there. My son Finley. Bringing away there. It's all carpenter's measures. I'm just putting the first one in, and I can adjust slightly. The Sorka as well. So you can see it in its fullest there. Knock it all the way in. Excellent, that'll do. Thank you. Well done, Finley. A bit like a propeller at the moment. It can be turned, but I can position this now so you can see. Yeah, it looks slightly off, just by, I don't know, a few seconds, but that's fine, it's okay. Let's put the other nail in. That's both in now. Now to get the other piece in. Cool. Okay, I've got 3 nails in the base there, and just work on the last one now. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Okay, it's looking good. Now to support it. So I'll put a block on each side to support it there, and we'll have a buttress up each side. Okay, for the kind of buttress uprights, supports, I've got another old smaller post. I've got a few of them, and get rid of all these attachment points, and then cut it to size. So that's all the brackets out, and what I've done now is I've measured a point which is halfway. In this case it's 3 feet, and it's a 6-foot pole. So all the nails and brackets are off. I'm simply going to cut this in half, and they'll form my 2 shorter buttresses on the pole. And these will be the side ones, so it'll be this one here, that one here, there, and you can tell I've got my 3-foot piece. So I've just got the end lying against the side of the bottom crossbar, and the top against the upright, and I'm simply just going to mark where my cuts will be in the angles. So I've got a cut there, and a cut there. All that now needs to come off. Okay, I've cut the 2 buttresses on the sides to size. Now I'm going to put some of these bigger here, 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 here. Okay, so that's the 2 side pieces done, the shorter pieces. The next pieces will probably come up about to about here, just slightly above these ones. I need to go and cut exactly the same as doing these side ones. Do 2 for the front and back. Okay, that's the 2 front and back buttresses in place. Okay, I've just been boxing in the base of the upright. You can see I've put some other nails in as well, and I'm putting these in here. Just got one more left to go. Yeah, just going to box it in like that, and then finally tap the one in. Okay, so that's it boxed in there, and buttress is done. And now all I'm left to do is drill some more of these bolts through there as attachment points. So there'll be one high, might put another one up there as well for a tarp and a hammock, and then I'll probably do the same somewhere halfway down and repeat the process. Okay, just got some standard bolts here. It was a 5mm piece. Okay, that's bolts in, so there's 2 there just above the buttresses, so kind of chest height, and then there's another bolt higher up but on the opposite side, that'll be for tying off, help with tying off, and then there's 2 more, one for hanging another hammock high and maybe for a tarp, yeah, or to catch a rope round to make it even more secure. Okay, the final feature I'm putting on the base is at the end of 3 of the limbs. I've got these little loops which allow me to put some sort of peg in, which will offer a little bit more stability, especially if you're in a hammock. A little bit of a swing, it just really makes it much more stable. So it's just some cord that doesn't stretch, and put a peg in there, and it really does make a big difference. We'll see that in just a moment. Okay, Sorka's having some fun with the ends of some wood, but I've finished the second hammock stand upright. Add an extra bolt there. I found that this one here was just a little bit small for this size of rope, so I'll put another one in there. And this is a kind of sisal, I think, rope. Doesn't stretch a great deal. Found it in my garage. I've got 2 stakes in the ground there, and I've tied off on the base of them, really in quite as deep as I could with them, nice and firm. There is kind of a good stand there. Okay, it's carpenter's measures, shall I say, and I've tied off the hammock here, and that's on an Evenk slip knot there. I could put a tarp on here if I wanted. I've got this kind of hammock set up here. It's the line on the top is to keep it a 30-degree lie, and I've tied off on the side of the swing. So this upright I could use with the hammock tied off against, say, the tree that's down there, the sycamore. I wouldn't use the cherry tree that we've got there, it's a bit too weak. But the kids don't use the swing anymore, so we've got the bamboo hammock in there. And Finley's currently sitting in the other hammock. And here's the twin of the other upright. And you can see this one has got the pegs, not on the front, I don't think it needs it there, but certainly on the 2 sides. As I swing Finley as my test subject. Yep, there's he swinging away. There's the upright there. Yeah, a little bit, tiny movement there, nothing major. So, let's try this one out. Sit in the hammock. There's the strain being taken now. Happy with that. Yeah. Finley's still swinging away on his. So I could, if I wanted to, we could bring these two stands together and hang the hammock from the two, or we can just, as we've done here, hang the hammocks off the swing or another tree. Okay, final little addition possibly to the hammock upright is we've got these three metal bars, and the plan is to possibly bend them into U-shaped pins to go over the base. So to replace the rope, it's worth a try. Have to be very careful, but in the right kind of soil conditions it could be worth doing. So I'm just going to bend these into U-shaped and cut off the tops and just see what we can do with it. Well, these are the three pins I made. I learned as I went along how to do that. That one's the last one, you can see it's slightly thinner, and that was the first one, but I think they'll do the job. That last one is actually really tough to bend because it's so thick. Let's just see if they'll hold. That's the first one going in. I'm using this lump of log to do the job. Okay, I can't whack that and film at the same time, but never mind. Okay, so I've knocked the three pins in. Now on reflection, to do this in the future, I would leave this bar here, make it slightly longer, maybe to about here, so there's that kind of gap I could knock these pins onto. But what I can do in the meantime is, to make that work here, I'll just add wood here, coming out a bit, yeah, and then I can pin straight onto that. But that should work. Well, only one way to find out. Let's test it. Okay, so there's the two holes that the land anchor points were in. There's the pins in. No rope. Let's see what she's like. It's a hammock. Sit myself down. Right, feet up. Totally off the deck. And I'm just going to swing this thing back and forward. It's in relation to the tree. That's good. More than happy with that.